quickly down to bottom lane.
This is something that we see out of the teams a lot. Just don't give them an easy lane up top, and Soxa and Resolution are having a very difficult time dealing with
that helps.
double melee.
Moo just got time locked on the bottom lane. Combine that with the Fortune's End. Moo's going to go down. First blood, it goes to Wings.
And on the top lane,
yeah, Misery's rotating around. Faith so low, Resolution lower. Cold Embrace is still available. Now Misery will arrive. Ice, Burrow Strike is just going for the last swing, trying to find Resolution, but these searing arrows doing the early damage the DC required. That arrow fly down, there she is. Resolution will find himself a kill.
And all three of these heroes are very, very low. They're going to have to come in a lot of resources unless they want a suicide. Misery will spill blood to the Centaur.
That he will, and he looks for movement speed. Windlace and TP scroll, he'll come straight back out to the lane. Look for another rotation to fight.
Wings like doing this. They like it looks bad because they both die, but they have to expend so many resources, so much HP.
Moo's going to be careful. They're going to go again on him. He walks over. Such a simple combo. Fortune's End into Torrent. We saw it on the top lane. Now bottom lane, he has reactive armor this time around, but still no Timber Chain available. So Moo, poor man's shield will not save you from that.
He thought he was in a one-on-one situation, and then he skilled up for this one-on-one build with the level 1 Whirling Death. Looking for a stun into an arrow. It's only a level 1 stun though, but Blink's so far out with no Spirit Siphon.
And you still got the Starfall available too, so Weeha connects on this. Now into that Starfall, the Torrent, the secondary star, it connected on Blink. So he does fall down.
And he does have his bottle, but he needs someone to...
Moo to deal with that if he was level 6, but doesn't have the Chakram available yet. Another heavy rotation to top 3 from either side. They stun on Resolution, Torrent as well. Saxa, he needs to get that Cold Embrace off, but Oracle has more than enough magical damage. Misery with a Burrow Strike forward, wants the next assassin, doesn't have the damage output, but maybe with the help of the Wyvern, he will have it. Misery to the tree line. The salve is actually going to get cancelled off. It was the Caustic Finale that did it, and now Faith, 28 life. Will it be enough? Is he going to pop? Faith barely survives, dropping down to 8 at one point. And Wings, the rotation works from them.
Wow, that was so close. Man, that salve tick really saved him there.
Resolution wants a kill on top lane, however. Ice doesn't have anything to play with. No mana. Resolution, Searing Arrows, and Strafe will take one more, and there she is. Resolution, a good answer back. And an overstaying of welcome from Ice. Now, it is nighttime, so DC had no idea that he moved that way. And Weeha right next to him, starting with the stun Fortune's End as well. The Torrent, if it wasn't that, was going to connect. It was the Purifying Flames from Innocence. And that's what found the kill.
And that Observer Ward just scouting him out the whole time.
Now, and he's actually holding onto them. He won't pop, however. Not while Shadow chases down the Winter Wyvern, but support comes in. It's Resolution. He's running down, looking for the kill over on Faith, leaving Suska by himself underneath his own tier 1 tower. Shadow commits the Chronosphere, so that won't be available, but Resolution shows himself. Time walk on cooldown. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second over the tree line and far, far away from DC's line. They run down, but
they have the ward behind the tower. Wings does. They don't see Winter Wyvern just yet, but now they'll know there's only 2.
Nyx is on the edge of the vision. He's going to walk in range of the tower. Faith will reveal himself. Bottom lane, Chronosphere over on Moo. Very tanky. Resolution bringing in the damage. Moo chains up. The Torrent well off the mark as Resolution. Skeleton Walk will come off cooldown so he can run himself away. They are out, while Faith going to find Weeha back behind the tower, dropping down that Ring of Aquila to use wand charges. And now the commit. It is the Exorcism going to work. Range, the Radiant Sentry wards up, so they see Wee. He has to leap up to the tree line. Takes Spirit Siphon, know exactly where he is. He can't get out this one. The stun will connect. An Icicle one from Faith. Finding Wee in the trees.
Wow, look at Wee's farm. He is so underfarmed. Normally he has point booster and then some at this point, but he's about to lose his T1. He's died 2 times at this point. Each Mirana game coming from them getting worse and worse. Resolution coming around from behind as a TP comes in.
Yeah, they look for that damage. Resolution stunned up, but Misery brings the extra help. Burrow striking forward towards Blink, but the damage is enough. Misery, the Sentry Ward was still down, so the Exorcism finishes him off.
Wow, they try to kill him right before the Exorcism. Follow-up, Moo in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, again, they're going for this combination with no X-Marks. They're not going to drag him back, but now the ship, the Ram is on the way, and Moo gets his fill. Weeha.
Who needs time dilation when you have Bash?
Faith is looking at Resolution too. Invis up around the tree line. You'll need to hit him first with the Vendetta, then follow up on the stun. Either that or he waits for the Death Prophet, who's rotating up to find this kill. Vendetta will last long enough. That is a level 1 Vendetta.
Blink is invis. They have him Observer Ward scouting any TPs on top lane, but he thinks he's safe. He thinks he's alone.
Here they go. Resolution. Pop him up. And Resolution, he goes invis, but not in time. They trigger the dust just in case.
Man, that invisibility rune, he might have been a little bit scared. It's like, oh, okay, Nyx +1 can kill me, but if you don't see any heroes, there's no way you can predict that gank coming.
Saxa, Shadow jumping in, double chrono, Misery. He can prep the epicenter. The question is, can he get in range? Wyvern's already down, and now they're running closer. Misery will just walk over. Shadow's still got Time Walk available, so we can repair all the damage that's done to him.
Phase boots. And another tower.
And without the committal of Exorcism, this is a troubling sight when you can't even hold your tier 1s.
Misery looking for a kill, epicenter.
With a Timber Chain into Chakram, they commit the Epi too. Innocence will walk into the side of it, but now we can just use Fortune's End. Slow down Misery. It will connect the follow-up stun with the Mana Burns by Carapace. The curse is out. It holds Oracle in, and Moo comes in with a Chakram, but False Promise. It will keep Innocence alive as he TPs himself away to safety. Moo's still looking for something. Actually, he's just looking to get the hell out of here. Exorcism is triggered, but the stun is on Moo, and it's going to be Wings holding the Timbersaw in position. No, the chain up. The last attack from the Death Prophet will find the kill. The supporters arrive for DC. They arrive in with a big searing arrow damage. Faith makes a break for the tree line. Still alive. Triggering does too. So no extra invis for Resolution. Time lock. Not going to be enough from Shadow as Weeha. Cold Embrace. Resolution. The torrent is going to connect the double stun. Faith the end. He walks himself out. He walks over. He wants the last finishing move. He won't get it. Ice will finish him. The torrent. It may not be done yet. Saxa set up in towards the air. X marks the spot. You ain't going nowhere apart from down to the briny deeps. Faith doesn't have enough for the stun. Spy Carapace up unless she connect over on Misery. He tries to create space. No timer from Shadow. Time will forward. Now he finds the kill. More TP support arriving from DC. Another connected torrent from Ice onto Misery. Stuns. Chakra forward. Moody to turn the tide of this fires Misery. The one charge will keep him back into it. He can go for another Burrow Strike as Moo. Time lock for a century. He wants to walk out to the tier 1 towers. No stuns available from Nyx Assassin, but these ones really playing dividends.
Oh my goodness, what ungodly teamwork coming out from Wings next to that side shot.
It's not over yet. Innocence is coming over. The Chrono is on Weeha. Innocence brings the damage. Weeha, he is gonna pop like a top. They look for more. Ice. Where is it? No, the Ice X mark's not gonna hit. Misery back to the tier 1 tower. Now the X mark right on top of the tower pulls him into the torrent. Innocence with the damage. The arrows are flying forward. No one's going to get caught by it. The curse is on Faith, but it's too late from Saxa. Weeha wants to do something. Resolution. Luckily for him, he doesn't turn to the side. Unluckily for Saxa, X marks the spot. And once again, it starts in. Misery will not be able to get back there in time to help out.
The Cold Embrace has done next to nothing in this game with the Oracle max purifying. But more importantly, they need towers. I'd like to see some maybe backdooring Resolution.
Blink, stuns by Carapace. Sent instantly back that Starfall of Weeha. Shadow, he's there. Chrono's up. Moonlight Shadow will not protect the Mirana.
No spells.
Now bottom lane because they found the Death Prophet. But Death Prophet, what? She blinks away. No one attacked her. She just gets her out. She had the Yule Scepter as well. With the Exorcism up, DC was, well, hoping to kill her up before it could do a lot of damage. Now she'll bring it back over. Something a little bit longer left on it. Timbersaw up for Faith, gets the stun. Now the Exorcism goes to work. Misery prepping the epicenter. Burrow strikes forward. Blink's going down with the Fortune's End! The save is huge. Resolution's time dilation out this fight. Sucks has the TP out, but DC, they're losing everything, including the kitchen sink.
Wow. I can't believe that Blink Dagger just worked out for him so incredibly well in that position. I was like, oh, that sounds odd.
Well, that's everything about Wings, right? It's unusual, it's different. It's like they're trying to contest a Roshan play from Wings, but Wings aren't in there. Instead, it's Misery who's going to get initiated on by Faith Beyond. Shadow actually gets a first hit time lock. Misery into the Sandstorm Burrow strikes, but it's nowhere near fast enough. You'll end up going down the Fate time, not being his friend, and now DC Faith, he's so close, you can smell him! But he doesn't know! Timber will be the tank with the reactive armor. The blinking around, Shadow to the neighborhood. A quick sentry down from the Wyvern will at least let them know if Nyx Assassin wants to walk in. But Shadow initiating on the Wyvern. This is even more distraction. If DC can get this AUC Immortal, it at least denies Wings an extra life. Sucks is going to have to give his own life up for it, but Roshan down to 3.1 now. Slowly ticking. Mirana's taking the false promise. Innocence has to use on himself. Shadow, he can time walk off the damage. Chrono is still available. And Resolution, he's actually got no mana to work with, but Clinks, the damage is still enough. Thanks to false promise wearing off. Misery, get the hell out of top lane. The fresh Blink Dagger will get him away from Faith. who has a blink and ether lens of his own.
And now the Klings can start doing what
Oh,
does best.
Caught by Chrono, start the siphon or actually wait for it. The cold embrace, Weeha staying alive a fair amount of time, but then, okay, Exorcism committal is real. They're looking for more, and they're gonna find it. Yule Scepter up, Timber hits the ground, starts with a Timber Chain over, Shadow taking heavy damage, and now Resolution wants to help out, but he put himself in harm's way. In comes your Epicenter from Misery. He'll Burrow Strike through. It'll slow him down, do a little bit of damage. Bian rotating around, looking for an opening. Middle lane, Blink, Burrow Strike, Death Prophet, the arrow will connect. That's a good 5 seconds. Innocence getting ripped apart by Resolution. He's still got the false promise onto Blink, but the life just won't be there. Blink is guaranteed dead when he hits the ground from the damage, and it will happen. Clinks will take the kill. Cold Embrace keeping Misery up. Now it's Faith Bian's turn. Resolution finding a triple kill. Digital Chaos have just pulled out the team fight of their life. It may give them some way to quell the bleeding that Wings have been doing to them.
Finally, they killed the Death Prophet, even though the Oracle has been ever so vigilant, sitting behind them. And they got caught without the Faceless Void. He has a very greedy build without a TP score on his
Is
inventory.
he thinking about going in? He will. He'll Chrono over on Resolution. Hard to find the kill. Cold Embrace available. So is the Curse. They're teaming up, actually really close together. And now Blink, Burrow Strike. Misery tries to create more space. Resolution needs to wait for Ice to hit the ground after the Yules, and he will do so. Armor toggling his way out, but not enough. Murata was still there. The Aghanims giving the extra damage.
Not really respecting the Cold Embrace that time. Without the Oracle, they cannot burst through that. And that's 4 kills. The way of...
Wait, Misery. Does he blink? Does he burrow? He'll get stunned, he'll get controlled, and he can't burrow out in time.
How many bashes does this guy get?
He only needed 1, but he got 2. Won't connect, Kunkka.
Death Prophet is not close by. Wings has to be careful not to take a fight while he's not here.
Oh, they're gonna walk straight in. The Arctic Burn is on cooldown. Dust will trigger the blink! Misery! Evading the Chronosphere. He's fast enough for it. X marks the spot, try and drag Resolution back in again. The arrows will fly forward.
With the BKB on him and no Chrono up, this is not the fight for Wings unless they pull them
You're
back.
under a Sentry Resolution, but now he's not. He's back far enough, right behind Innocence. Starts attacking. Oh! Burn! And now Timber Chain forward. Moo wants more. Blink Burrow. They found Ice. Resolution putting that Chrysalis to work. He'll need 1, maybe 2 hits. They'll hold him up. It's the Cuss. Chakram, 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack, 4. Resolution, where is it? Okay, now he's finally gonna hit the deck. The arrow will connect a triple stun. Misery will turn with one of his own. The Tidebringer. Ice will finally take a fall. Misery's too far out.
They spot out Shadow now.
Into the Arctic Burn. He goes inside the pit, outside the pit. Now starts his jump out. Where's the Torrent? The bash! It connects the Curse, however, from the Wyvern. He still can't get down. He'll Cold Embrace by himself at least some breathing space. As Wings, they commit the Coco's run, they commit everything. A 5-second arrow will connect on Innocence, but, well, you kind of knew the Wyvern was going to die.
At least the arrow scouted out. They're not really in a rush to take high ground, not with Kunkka.
Oh, this will be nice. They find Misery. Misery, reaction, blink up. So got Burrow Strike available. Gonna dodge even under the Sentry Wall. The Chronosphere. This is the gem of DC. Resolution wants to help out. The Nyx Assassin caught in the end of the Chrono. He'll have to tank up the false promises. Resolution gets bashed up. Even on the first hit. BKB, another bash as well.
Much cheaper than Lotus. That Observer Ward scouted out by Faith Beyond, but he does not have a
Oh, the jump, the Curse! Just as Death Prophet blinked himself over, the arrow will connect. Nyx Assassin, false promise will keep him alive, but for how long? Resolution popped a lot of damage in. Shadow with the time dilation trying to force him out. Moo, the Cold Embrace, giving him more life. Yule Scepter up towards the end. Nyx Assassin stays alive. The false promise did its work. So it's only Moo to die. Weeha! The leap, the blink, he's still up, but now he actually runs into Blink. He needs more time. He'll get the Starfall up, but Faith Beyond again being saved by this Oracle. The rest of DC are away. Wings. The question is, they want to keep fighting. Sentries are down. Leap up, looking for the Chrono. The leaps away, however. Timbersaw has the Yule Sash. He gets the Yule Scepter up. He's trying to avoid the time dilation. The Chrono! It got Resolution! That's a big one! They need to find the kill. Ships on the way in, a Resolution crushed on the hull! Zuxka also has to Cold Embrace, but there's too much damage there to still find that kill. X mark him back. Weeha thought he might get out this one. The epicenter arrives from Misery. Minimal damage. Wings can just tank through it. Misery, silence, nukes. He's got enough life. He's moving north, and will it be enough while the battle happens in the pit? Misery will die. DC lose 4 and Wings
Wow, that Chronosphere, that's one of those super high risk ones. It looked like two of them were right about to be on the edge, but he knows the
fight come right behind DC. The scan comes out from Radiant side. They don't find anyone in Viz. They know the Clinks isn't there, and here they go. Blink triggers the exorcism up to the tier 3 tower.
They wanted to be able to spam this with the Timber Saw and the Winter Wyvern, but they're nowhere close. This T3 is going to fall before they really get any damage.
Yep, now the jump comes in. Quick chain away after he blinks forward. Burrow Strike, it connects to the Death Prophet. The Chrono! Moo! Shadow catches 2 again, the Torrent combo. They move down towards Moon with a double stomp from Faith. They ensure the kill, no buyback available for the Timber Saw. And Clinks is still waiting for an opportunity. Resolution sitting outside the base, he doesn't know where to go. Blink burrow forward. Blink takes some wears off, however, so all the life kicks back into her. Misery caught out. Another double stomp from Faith Bian. Jump forward from Shadow, looking for the damage, and a time block first hit on Weeha. This could be it. A triple kill for Shadow. The curse is good, however. Nixus hasn't been brought down. The arrow flies forward, misses target. Resolution needs to pump in more damage. The gem stolen by Shadow as he'll run back out through the front lines. The Starfall dodged by the first Manta. Still got hit by the secondary one. It's Clinks. Where is this control? Where is this damage? It just isn't there. The silence on Murata means he can't arrow. They see Innocence TPing out. It's going to be too late. The TP was more than well completed before the arrow reaches his point.
Man, Betty wish she had Diffusal now. The Ghost Scepter on the Oracle. Just popped out of nose. Wars there, but Ice Ice might run into it.
Yeah, he walks straight over. Misery, does he want to? Does he want to? He doesn't know. Oh no! Misery misses the target. The arrow will also miss. DC, the tilts again, and Misery's just like, screw it. Commit the ulti with the Ul Scepter up. Ice Ice running circles around DC's missed stuns. They're going to lose more. Moo actually chronoed a little bit further up. Shadow's able to find him. Support will arrive with a stun in from the next assassin. It gives Shadow the time to get the hit. Weeha, as well as Misery. Misery doesn't attack now as Shadow again on another run under the tier 4 towers of DC. They do not have a creep wave with them, but they can start a pincer.
Innocence might get picked up by Resolution.
Oh, can they do it? There's a Ghost Scepter. You can't pick off Jack. Yes, he can now. Diffuser Blade is up. Turns it off. The curse. It holds Death Prophet in position. Shadow jumps over, but now he's in range of it. Weeha with the Starfall. Not enough damage. They have to force up back to Winter Wyvern. Away from Blink. Coco's run well off the mark. And Misery is the stun there. 1 second, 2 seconds. Shadow double hit. Nice and quick. Finds the pick up on Misery. All he wanted to do is retreat.
Still alive and healthy on the side of Wings, and with no BKB on Cleeks, they're going to have to hope for a miracle here.
Exorcism is down, however, a miracle's been eliminated. Move. There goes Chakram forward. Arrow flies in off target. Nice hit from Weeha, but the better hit from Faith Beyond. He has been godlike this game. Another big stun. Resolution. He'll finally bring down Blink. There is a Spike Carapace available. Resolution, no BKB charge, so he'll stun up himself. Chakram, or you can just Timber Chain into Whirling Death. Gem can be recovered as Moo, hot on the tails of Ice Ice. Does he have the damage? Whirling Death, one punch, there it is. Moo gets the double kill, but the damage has been done. A full Raxing on mid and bottom lane done by Wings.
I think it's rapier time for Clinks.
I think he needs it. Moo, this will be godlike if he can get it, but the Chrono, how much life has he got? Nowhere near enough. Shadow ripping him apart. Woo. Even that, like, you got an Aghanim Scepter on the next assassin bottom lane. They initiate Ice Ice. They want the kill. The stun is there on Misery as Yulset protects Ice Ice again. Misery forced up out. The double ones. DC, they just need to bail out here, but Misery pulled back. Cold Embrace will keep him alive a little bit longer. Burrow strikes up for him as the Chrono on the back lines. They found Resolution. It's a big kill. Mooney to turn the damage around. Innocence, he'll be ripped apart by the Chakram, and he will go down. The curse is too late to take the attention away from Wings, and now Epicenter. Misery will also jump in. Miranda dies on the left. Misery forced up out. Shadow hot on the tails. Remember, this is DC trying to defend when they got 2 lanes of Megas up. Moo has to buy back, but there's no buyback for Wii or Resolution. So a hard fight now in front of DC. Exorcism will wear off. That's one upside for them. And Wings will back out. Even with the 2 cores, they're not going to push the envelope too far. They have the refresher orb on Blink, so you have a second Exorcism if you want to push, but without all 5 heroes, it's all the silence. Yules will dispel. Support's coming over. It's there from the Winter Wyvern, but with the blood, it'll be enough. The Bloodborne Timber Saw, he's not going to pop. They force up him out. Mr. Timber Chainer. They pop him. The gem's on the ground, and there's no buyback. 80 seconds without the Timber Saw. DC, they're scrambling away. Zuxa needs some help. Misery's there, but again with the silence. 4-star up. Nice arrow from Wee. Hitting Blink on the backlines. They burrow strike forward. Blink is low with a splinter. It's not enough damage. Shadow the Chronosphere. Resolution! He walked into it. The damage is there from Shadow. Resolution is gone. And with him, maybe the hopes of the game. GG! Wings will take game number 2.
What a god on this Faces Void, 20 kills.